It's the game of the week. We're in Cincinnati as the St. Louis Cardinals take on the Cincinnati Reds. Both of these clubs are in third place in their respective divisions. In the National League East, St. Louis is 5.5 games behind the first place Pittsburgh Pirates and 1 game behind the second place Chicago Cubs. While in the National League West, Cincinnati is 2 games behind the surprisingly first place Houston Astros and a half game behind the second place San Francisco Giants. Last night the Reds beat the Cardinals 14-4. As the newest member of the Reds, outfielder George Foster went 4 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Bernie Carbo also had 3 RBIs last night, going 2 for 3 with a pair of walks. Wayne Granger got the win for Cincinnati. That makes him 3-0 on the season. And Reggie Cleveland took the loss for St. Louis. That makes him 5-6 on the year. We will be right back with the start of the game. Welcome to Riverfront Stadium. It's June 5th, 1971, as the Cincinnati Reds take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Reds are 30-23 in third place, and St. Louis is 29-24. They are also in third place. Have a pair of young pitchers starting today. Jerry Royce starts for St. Louis. He's made 11 starts on the year, and he's 3-3 with an ERA of 4.13. This will be his first start against the Reds. He's opposed by Don Gullett for the Reds. He's made 12 starts. He's 2-6 with an ERA of 4.61. He has a 6-game losing streak right now. This is his first start against the Cardinals. Cardinals second baseman Ted Sizemore has an 18-game hitting streak. It's 82 degrees. Wind speed is 13 miles an hour, left to right, and we have light rain. Starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals will be leading off the left fielder, Lou Brock. Batting second, the right fielder, Jose Cardinal. Batting third, the third baseman, Joe Torre. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Luis Melendez. Batting fifth, the second baseman, Ted Sizemore. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Matty Alou. Batting seventh, the catcher, Ted Simmons. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Dal Maxville. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Jerry Royce. On defense, the Reds have Lee May at first base, Tommy Helms at second, Woody Woodward at shortstop, Tony Perez at third, Buddy Bradford in left field, George Foster in center field, Pete Rose in right field, Johnny Bench catching, and on the mound is Don Gullett. Don Gullett is 20 years old. He is from Lynn, Kentucky, just across the Ohio River from Portsmouth, Ohio. Having a tough season so far this year, but he is a good, hard-throwing young pitcher. He is a legendary athlete from his area. He scored 72 points in a high school football game. He scored 47 points in a high school basketball game. So he had scouts from all different sports wanting to sign him, but he said baseball was his favorite. That's the sport he wanted to play the most. Right now, he has a record of 2-6. 82 innings pitched. He's given up 91 hits, 7 of those home runs. He has walked 40 and struck out 37. He has an ERA of 4.61. This is his 13th start. Leading off is Lou Brock, hitting .301, 6 home runs, 19 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch, base hit in the center field. That took a artificial turf bounce, and Brock slides into second with a double. That's his 8th double of the season. Next up is Jose Cardinal. Cardinal's hitting .256, 1 home run and 13 runs batted in. He bunts it. Johnny Bench out there picked it up bare hand. He throws the third, and they got Brock. Nice play by Johnny Bench. I don't think there's anybody in the game right now who fields the position of catcher as good as Johnny Bench does. Here is Joe Torre, who's hitting .322 with 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Too high, ball 1. Strike 2 called on a curveball. That was high, ball 2. Pops it up. First base side. Foul ground. Helms is after it. But it makes the seats. Two balls, 2 strikes. Curveball in there below the belt. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. Here is Luis Melendez. He's hitting .243, no home runs, 2 runs batted in. Ball 1. It's a hard grounder to third. Perez up with it to throw to first. 3 outs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. It is St. Louis nothing and Cincinnati coming to bat. Cincinnati's batting order will line up with Pete Rose leading off. He's the right fielder. Batting second to left fielder, Buddy Bradford. Came over to the Reds from the Indians. Batting third, the third baseman, Tony Perez. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Lee May. Batting fifth, the catcher, Johnny Bench. Batting sixth, the second baseman, Tommy Helms. Batting seventh, the center fielder, George Foster. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Woody Woodward. Batting ninth, the pitcher, Don Gullett. Defensively, the Cardinals have Matty Alou at first base, Ted Sizemore at second, Del Maxfield at shortstop, Joe Torre at third, Lou Brock in left field, Luis Melendez in center, Jose Cardinal in right, Ted Simmons catching, and on the mound, Jerry Royce. This will be Royce's 13th appearance of the season. He has a very quick fastball and a good curveball. He has a record of 3-3 with an ERA of 4.13. He's pitched 72 innings. He's given up 69 hits, 9 of those home runs. He's walked 41 and struck out 49. Jerry Royce was born and raised in St. Louis. So he's getting a pitch for his favorite major league team. Leading off is Pete Rose. Rose is hitting .315, 4 home runs and 24 runs batted in. The 3-1 pitch.
Ball 4, take your base.
Ball 4, Rose gets the walk. Here is Buddy Bradford. Since coming over from Cleveland, he is hitting .340 with 2 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Throw to first. Rose is back. Fastball too high, ball 1. That was low, ball 2. Fouls it away. Strike 1. The 2-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. That was a changeup. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Jerry Royce. Here is Tony Perez, who's hitting .335. He has 9 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Strike 1 called. Curveball, high and outside, ball 1. That's high, ball 2. Perez hits a base hit in the left field. Brock is up with it. Throws it to the cutoff man. Pete Rose did not hesitate going around second. He took third. We have one out. Runners on the corners. Here is Lee May, who's hitting .333. He has 11 home runs and 31 runs batted in. It's a grounder into left field, base hit. Rose scores. Perez rounds second. He'll take third. It's 1-0 Cincinnati. Here is Johnny Bench. Bench was the Rookie of the Year in 1968 and the MVP last year. Last year, he had 54 home runs and 180 runs batted in. This year, he's gotten off to a slow start. He's hitting .235. He has 2 home runs and 15 runs batted in. It's a grounder to short. Maxfield. Throw to second. Throw to first. Not in time. Tony Perez scores. Bench takes first on the fielder's choice. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. Here's Tommy Helms, who's hitting .281 with 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. High and outside, ball 1. Ball 2. Strike 1 called. Strike 2 called. Grounder up the middle. Sizemore to his right. Takes it, and his momentum takes him right to second base. He steps on second for the third out. Cincinnati gets 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. They left 1 man on base. We played 1 in Cincinnati. The Reds lead the Cardinals 2-0. Here is Ted Sizemore. He came over from the Dodgers. Came over from the Dodgers with Bob Stinson in the trade for Rich Allen. He has an 18-game hitting streak going. That trade right now looks like it's been working well for both the Cardinals and the Dodgers. The 1-0 pitch. It's grounded short. Woodward has it to throw to first. 1 out. Here is Matty Alou, who's hitting .318 with 1 home run and 30 runs batted in. 1-2 pitch. Deep fly ball into center field. Foster going back, and he has it. 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Ted Simmons, who's hitting .268. He has 1 home run and 25 runs batted in. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Rose has it measured. Rose bobbled it, but he got it. Maintained control of it, and he didn't lose it, so that's 3 outs. 3 up and 3 down for St. Louis in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Cincinnati 2 and St. Louis nothing. Leading off is George Foster.
Hot dog, yeah.
Came to Cincinnati about a week ago from St. Louis, or from San Francisco. Reds traded Frank Duffy and Vern Geischer to the Giants for Foster. Since coming to Cincinnati, Foster's hitting .533 with 3 home runs and 13 runs batted in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouls it back. Simmons is after it, but it makes the seats. Count remains 1-2.
Strike
3 called. That's the second strikeout of the game for Jerry Royce. And here's the shortstop, Woody Woodward. Woodward's hitting .290 with no home runs and 2 runs batted in. 2-0 pitch. It's a blooper into left field for a base hit. Next up is Don Gullen. He is hitting .080, no home runs and 1 run batted in. He is 2 for 25. Field in at the corners. Pitches a ball. Woodward takes off for second. And he has got the steal. Second stolen base of the year for Woody Woodward. The 1-0 pitch. Gets a bouncer to short. Maxfield looks the runner back. Throws the first. 2 outs. Here is Pete Rose. He walked his first time home. Tie, ball 1. The bouncer back to the mound. Royce has it. Go to first. 3 outs. No runs. 1 hit. No errors. 1 left. We played 2 in Cincinnati. Reds lead the Cardinals 2-0. Leading off for St. Louis in third is Del Maxwell, shortstop. He's hitting .210 with no home runs, 12 runs batted in. It's a grounder to first. May has it. He'll take it himself. 1 out. Here's Jerry Royce, who is hitting .125. No home runs, 4 runs batted in. Is 3 for 24. He does have a double. 2-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Caught the outside half of the plate. Strike 3 call. 2 outs. Here's Lou Brock, who's 1 for 1. He doubled to open the game up. Full count. Fly ball in the left field. Buddy Bradford going back, and he's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for St. Louis in the top of the third. Bottom of the third for Cincinnati will be Buddy Bradford, Tony Perez, and Lee May. Buddy Bradford's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch. Bouncer down the third base side. That's foul. The 0-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Tony Perez. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. Long fly ball in the left field. Lou Brock to the track. He's got it. 2 outs. And here is Lee May. He's 1 for 1. He singled in the first. That scored Pete Rose. The 0-2 pitch.
Strike 3.
Caught the outside corner. Strike 3. Simmons trapped it. Had to throw him out at first. But there's nothing across for Cincinnati in the third. We've played 3 quick innings. The Reds lead 2-0. Take a look around the league. Top of the fourth at Yankee Stadium, the Yankees lead the Royals 2-0. That's Mike Hedlund against Mel Stottlemyre. Bottom of the fourth in Atlanta, the Cubs lead the Braves 2-1. Bill Hands against Pat Jarvis. And bottom of the first in Milwaukee, it is the Brewers 1, the Orioles nothing. That is Pat Dobson against Skip Locker. Leading off in the fourth inning for St. Louis will be Jose Cardinal. He's 0 for 1. He laid down a bunt in the first inning, and Johnny Bench threw out Lou Brock at third base. 2-2 pitch. He hits a base hit in the right field. Joe Torre, he's 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning. Ball 1. High and outside, ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Don Gullett's working on short rest. The Reds are dealing with some injuries. Pitching staff. Wayne Simpson's out with an injury. So is Jim McLaughlin. They had recently sent down rookie Milt Wilcox, questioning whether to bring him right back up from Indianapolis. One pitch. It's a blooper in a right field. That's a base hit. Cardinals came in on it quickly, and Cardinals stopped at second. Nobody out. Here is Luis Melendez. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning. Placed on a bunt. Gullet has it. Throws to Helms at first. 1 out. Cardinal takes third. Corey on second after the sacrifice bunt. Here is Ted Sizemore, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the first inning, or the second inning, rather. He has an 18-game hitting streak, hitting .280 with runners in scoring position. Low and away, ball 1. That's low and away, ball 2. Low, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Low and inside, ball 4. Sizemore was taken all the way. That loads the bases. Here is Matty Alou. He flied out in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. It's grounder down the first base line. May has it. He throws a second for 1. Go to first. Not in time. Cardinals scores. Now Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1. Here is Ted Simmons. He's 0 for 1. He flied out in the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 called. Up and away, ball 1. Grounder down the first base line, but that is foul. At the inside corner, strike 3 call. Cardinals get 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1. Leading off for St. Louis, or for Cincinnati in the 4th, will be Johnny Bench. Bench is 0 for 1. He grounded into a force play in the first inning. That drove in Tony Perez with the Reds' second run of the game. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball in right field. Cardinal is there, and he'll take it. 1 out. Here is Tommy Helms, who's 0 for 1. He grounded into a force play in the first. 1-2 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Maxfield to his left. Has it, and he throws him out. 2 outs. Here is George Foster, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Brock going back. He's got it. 3 outs. Nothing across for Cincinnati in the 4th. We have 4 innings in the books. It is Cincinnati 2, St. Louis 1. Del Maxfield leads off for St. Louis in the 5th. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out in the 3rd inning. The 0-2 pitch. Caught the outside corner. Strike 3 called. That's strikeout number 4 for Going. Here is Jerry Royce, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Lou Brock. He's 1 for 2 today. He doubled in the first and flied out in the 3rd. 3-2 pitch. Too high, ball 4. Second walk of the game given up by Gullet. Here is Jose Cardinal. He's 1 for 2. He bunted into a fielder's choice in the first, and he singled in the 4th. Brock has 20 steals on the season. Curveball, low and away, ball one. Too high, ball two. Minor down the third base line. That's in the corner. That'll be extra bases. Brock scores. Cardinal is in second with a stand-up double. That'll tie the game. Tony Perez got a late start on that one. Here's Joe Torre, who's 1 for 2. Struck out the first and singled in the fourth. Too high, ball one. Strike one called. Fly ball down the left field line. Bradford after it. Bradford's after it, but it makes the seats. Strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball two. Ground ball down the first base line, but that's foul. Base hit into left field. Cardinal, Brown's third. He'll score. Cardinals take the lead. Here's Melendez. He's 0 for 1. Grounded out in the first, and he had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Ball one. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Outside, below the knees. Ball two. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Low. Ball three. It's liner into left field for a base hit. Corey around second. He'll take third. That'll be all for Don Gully. Tony Cloninger, last night's starter, comes in to pitch. Cloninger's making his 15th appearance of the year. He has a record of 3-3 and the area of 4.14. 50 innings pitched, he's given up 35 hits. 8 of those home runs, he's walked 29, struck out 30. There is Ted Sizemore, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second, walked in the fourth. He has an 18-game hitting streak going. That caught the corner. Strike one. Fly ball to right field. Rose has it measured, and he's got it. 3 outs. But the Cardinals get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. They left 2 men on base. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is St. Louis 3, Cincinnati 2. Leading off in the 5th inning for Cincinnati will be Woody Woodward. He is 1 for 1 today. He singled in the second. The 3-2 pitch. It's a hard grounder into left field for base hit. Next, we'll let that get away from him. Pinch hitting for Cincinnati is Alfarrar. He's hitting .250. no home runs, and 1 run batted in. He came over to Cincinnati on May 13th. From San Diego, where the Reds sent Angel Bravo to San Diego. Cincinnati for Alfararo. He's 1 for 3 as a pitch hitter. First pitch, low, ball 1. Wing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 2. Ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Count is full. Ball 4, he walks. Pete Rose, he's 0 for 1. He walked in the first and grounded out in the second. He has a 7-game hitting streak. That was across the knees, ball 1, or strike 1. It's a grounder to Torrey. Throw to second for 1. First, double play. 5-4-3 double play. Woody Woodward takes third. And here is Buddy Bradford, who's 0 for 2. He struck out the first and struck out in the third. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. He had a good cut. Low and inside, ball 1. Low and away, ball 2. It's tied, ball 3. It's a high chopper to second. Sizemore bobbles it. Woodward scores. That ties the game. That is error number 9 for Ted Sizemore. Here is Tony Perez, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the first and flied out in the third. Swing and a miss on a curveball, strike 1. Go to first, not in time. High and away, ball 1. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 called. That's away, ball 2. High and outside, ball 3. Down and inside, ball 4. Third walk of the game given up by Royce. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. We are tied at 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Lee May, who's 1 for 2. Singled in the first, scoring Pete Rose, and he struck out in the third. Outside, ball 1. Fly ball in center field. Melendez after it, and he's got it. It's 3 outs. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left. We have played 5 complete. It's an official game here in Cincinnati. St. Louis 3, Cincinnati 3. Coming in a pitch for Cincinnati is Wayne Granger, making his 27th appearance of the year. He's 3-0. He has no saves. ERA of 2.40. 30 innings pitched. He's given him 31 hits. 2 of those were home runs. He has walked 15 and struck out 21. I believe Granger was the winning pitcher last night. Yeah, he pitched an inning and 2/3 last night. Gave up no hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, and he took the win. That was his first third win of the year. Leading off is Matty Alou, who's 0 for 2 today. 1-0 pitch. It's base hit into right field. Rose throws it back in. Alou leads off the sixth inning with a hit. Here is Ted Simmons, who's 0 for 2. Flied out in the second and struck out in the fourth. Don Gullett is off the hook for the loss. He can't win the game either, but he cannot be credited with a loss for this game. Lays down a bunt, but it's foul. He almost had a hit. It hugged the line and then both foul at the last minute. Lays down another bunt. Right to. 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, it gets by bench. Lou goes to second. Oh, he goes to third. He didn't even stop at second. Went all the way to third. Calling that a wild pitch. Today he'll bring the infield in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball. Hits it right back to the mound. Granger with the throw to bench. Lou is out trying to score. And Simmons is safe on first on the fielder's choice. 1 out. Get that one again. Lou tried to score. Granger chased Alou, then threw to bench. For the out. Here is Del Maxfield, who's 0 for 2. He grounded out in the third, struck out in the fifth. Nick one called. It's base hit in the left field. In round second. Bradford with the throw to third. He's safe. Simmons beat the throw and slid into third. 1 out. Runners on at the corners. Here is Jerry Royce, the pitcher. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in the third, struck out in the fifth. He is an excellent bunter. They're playing him for the bunt. It's a base hit in the right field. Rose picks it up. Simmons scores. Maxfield holds it second. The Cardinals retake the lead, 4-3. Here is Luke Brock, who's 1 for 2. He doubled in the first. Ball 2. Strike 1 called. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Ball 3, low and inside. 3-2 pitch. It's a fly ball in the left field. Buddy Bradford comes in, and he has it. It's 2 outs. Here is Jose Cardinal, who is 2 for 3 today. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the first. He singled in the fourth. And he doubled in the fifth. That scored Lou Brock. Pops it up, foul ground, first base side. Helms is after it, but it makes a seat. Strike one. Ball one. Fouls it back. Strike two. It's a slow bounce for the third. Perez, he'll just eat it. Didn't have a chance at any of the bases. Cardinals too quick down the line. Cardinal has 3 hits today. Here is Joe Torre, who's 2 for 3. Struck out in the first, singled in the fourth, and he singled in the fifth. That scored Jose Cardinal. Bases loaded. 2 outs. That's at the knee. Strike one. Fastball. Ball one. Base hit up the middle. Maxfield scores. Royce is coming in. Foster throws it to the cutoff man. It's 6-3 St. Louis. That's hit number 3 today for Joe Torre. Here is Luis Melendez. He is 1 for 2. Grounded out. He had a sacrifice in the fourth, and he singled in the fifth. He looks at strike one. Fouls it back. Strike two. Swing and a miss. Strike three. But the Cardinals get 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is St. Louis 6, Cincinnati 3. And we will take a short break. This is WJST in Parma, Norwich, Tuscaloosa, and our newest affiliate, Utah. And we are back. For the Reds in the 6th inning, it will be Johnny Bench, Tommy Helms, and George Foster. Johnny Bench is 0 for 2 today. He grounded into a force play in the first and flied out in the fifth. They said after his amazing season last season, he's gotten off to a tough start this year. He didn't hit his first home run this season until May 9th. His second home run came on May 29th. Three-two pitch. Pops it up. On the infield, Maxfield takes charge, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Tommy Helms, who's 0 for 2. Grounded into a force play in first and grounded out in the fourth. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Cardinal drifting back, and he's got it. 2 outs. Here Here is George Foster. Last night, Foster went 4 for 6. Scored 2 runs, drove in 3. He has really been hitting the ball. He came over to Cincinnati on May 29th. This is his 8th game as a member of the Reds, and so far, he got at least, let's see, he has a 7-game hitting streak going. He's had at least 1 hit in every game as a Red. He had 1 game with 1 hit. He had 4 games with 2 hits, 1 game with 3 hits, and 1 game with 4 hits. Base hit, he keeps his streak alive. He has gotten a hit in every game he's played in as a member of the Reds. Here is Woody Woodward. He's 2 for 2. Singled in the 2nd and singled in the 5th. Ball 1. Up to the dirt. Walter takes 2nd on a wild pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fly down the left field line, but that's foul. Full count, 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a grounder to third. Torrey has it, and he'll throw him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 6 here in Cincinnati, and the Cardinals lead the Reds 6-3. Cardinals are managed by Red Schoendienst. He took over as manager in 1965 after Johnny Keane left St. Louis to go and manage the Yankees. Contrast. The Reds are managed by Sparky Anderson. This is his 2nd season as manager. His rookie year as manager, he took the Reds to the first place finish in the National League Championship Series. But they were beaten in the championship series by the Mets. Here is Ted Sizemore, who's 0 for 2. He has a ground out, a fly out, and a walk. An 18-game hitting streak on the line. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Foster drifting back, and he's got it. 1 out. Here is Matty Alou, who's 1 for 3. Flied out in the 2nd. Grounded into a force play in the 4th. That scored a run, and he singled in the 6th. 2-1 pitch. Base hit up the middle. The Cardinals have run around first. 1 out. And here's Ted Simmons, who's over 3. Last time up, Matty Lou was on 3rd. He had a grounder to the pitcher. And they caught Lou in a rundown trying to score. It looked like that might have saved the Reds from giving up a big inning. St. Louis ended up scoring 3 runs anyway. Ball 1. Base hit in the right field. Lou stops at second. Here is Del Maxville, who's 1 for 3. Rounded out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and singled in the 6th. Foul ball, left field stands. Swing and a miss. Ball 1.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Granger. Here is Jerry Royce. He's 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, and he singled in the 6th, and that scored a run. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Too high, ball 3. Ball 4. And Granger watched the opposing pitcher. Here is Luke Brock, who's 1 for 3. There's a double and a walk. Strike 1 call, 3 balls and 1 strike. Grounder to second. Go to first. He's out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They left the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 7th. St. Louis 6, Cincinnati 3. All right, let's take a look around the league again. Top of the 8th in New York, the Yankees lead the Royals 3-1. Malik Baloo hit a home run number 8 for the Yankees. That is Mel Stottlemyre against Jim York. Bottom of the 8th in Atlanta, the Cubs lead the Braves 6-1. Billy Williams hit his 9th home run of the year for the Cubs. Bill Hands pitching for the Cubs. And the bottom of the 4th in Milwaukee, the Brewers lead the Orioles 5-3. Bill Voss hit his 5th home run for Milwaukee. That's Pat Dobson against Skip Lockwood. Pinch hitting for Wayne Granger is Jimmy Stewart. Stewart's hitting 119, no home runs, no runs batted in. Hitting 071 as a pinch hitter. Well pitch. Change up. One bouncer to third. Torrey. Backhands it. Go to first. 1 out. Here is Pete Rose, who's 0 for 2. He walked in the first, grounded out in the second, and hit into a double play in the fifth. 2-2 pitch.
Strike three.
Hit at the knees. Called strike 3. Shaking his head. It's not clear whether he did think that was a strike or wondering why he didn't swing at it. Here is Buddy Bradford, who's 0 for 3. Struck out the first, struck out the third, and was safe on an error. Woody Woodward scored on that error in the fifth. That tied the game. 1-1 pitch. It's base hit into right field. And that'll bring up Tony Perez, who's 1 for 2. Singled in the first. And he walked in the fifth. Curveball. Caught the corner. Strike 1. Deep fly ball in the left field. Brock drifting back. Bobbles it, but he got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We played 7 in Cincinnati. It is the Cardinals 6 and the Reds 3. New pitcher for the Reds will be Joe Gibbon. He's making his 18th appearance of the season. He has no wins, no losses, and 4 saves. He has an ERA of 2.37. He's pitched 19 innings, given up 18 hits. 1 of those a home run, 12 walks, and 18 strikeouts. Here is Jose Cardinal. He's 3 for 4 today. Bunted into a fielder's choice in the first. Singled in the fourth. Doubled in the fifth, scoring a run, and singled in the sixth. Right back to the box. Gibbon has it. And he throws the first. 1 out. Here's Joe Torre. He's 3 for 4 today. Struck out the first. Singled in the fourth. Singled in the fifth, scoring Jose Cardinal, and he singled in the sixth. That scored Dal Maxfield and Jerry Royce. So he's 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs today. Go 1 pitch. It's grounded to third. Perez up with it. Throw to first. 2 outs. And here is Luis Melendez. He's 1 for 3. He singled in the fifth. He also had a sacrifice bunt. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals 6, Reds 3. Jim Boucher is coming into play first base for St. Louis. Taking over for Alou. Facing Jerry Royce this inning will be Lee May, Johnny Bench, and Tommy Helms. Lee May is 1 for 3 today. He singled in the first. That scored Pete Rose. The 0-2 pitch hits a fly ball in the center field. Melendez is there, and he's got it. 1 out. Here's Johnny Bench. He's over 3 today. 2-2 pitch. It's base hit in the right field. Cardinal throws it back in. Here's Tommy Helms. He's over 3 today. Wide to right his last time up. Outside, ball 1. That was high, ball 2. Wing and a miss, strike 1. Our grounder to first, Boucher. Throw to second for 1. The first, double play. 3-6-3 double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left. We go to the 9th inning. St. Louis 6, Cincinnati 3. Here's Ted Sizemore. He's 0 for 3. He has an 18-game hitting streak on the line. 1-2 pitch. It's a grounder to first. May will take it himself. 1 out. Here is Jim Boucher. He is hitting .324, 1 home runs and 4 runs batted in. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. And here is Ted Simmons, who's 1 for 4. He singled his last time up in the 7th inning. 2-2 pitch. Changeup. Hits a grounder to third. Perez up with it. Long throw to first. And he got him. Nothing cross for St. Louis in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It is the Cardinals 6, the Reds 3. Leading off for Cincinnati in the bottom of the 9th will be George Foster, who's 1 for 3. He singled in the 6th. One pitch. It's a fly ball in the left field. Lou Brock going back at the track. And he's got it. 1 out. Woody Woodward. He's 2 for 3. He singled in the 2nd and singled in the 5th. 1-2 pitch. Grounder to short. Maxwell dives to his left. Has it. Throws him out. And it was a great play by Del Maxwell. Last chance for Cincinnati. Pinch hitting for Gibbon will be Hal McRae. Hal McRae's hitting .234 with 7 home runs and 31 runs batted in. He's 0 for 6 as a pinch hitter. The 2-0 pitch. Fly ball in right field. Cardinal has it measured. He's got it, and that's the game. Cincinnati wins it 6-3. For Cincinnati, it was 6 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. Cincinnati had 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Jerry Royce pitched a complete game, and he gets the win. He's 4-3. Wayne Granger gets the loss. He is now 3-1. Gullett was pitching on short rest, and it seemed like it showed. 4 2/3 innings, he gave up 6 hits, and he walked 2, but he struck out 5. St. Louis left 10 men on base. Cincinnati left 6. Star of the game has been named Jerry Royce. Woody Woodward went 2 for 4 for Cincinnati with a stolen base. Joe Torre went 3 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. Cardinal went 3 for 5. He scored 2 runs, drove in a run. Matty Lou went 2 for 4. Time of the game, 2 hours and 59 minutes. Once again, our final score today is St. Louis 6, Cincinnati 3. Hope you enjoyed the game, and thank you for watching.